On an average day in my conditions since I've had back surgery, I usually take care of my meals and doing light housework. And as long as I don't have a long distance to walk, I'm pretty self-sufficient in driving myself. January the 19th, I became very sick, weak, had to make an emergency trip to the ER, and they discovered that I had fluid around my heart and in my lungs, and also had an infection too. I was in intensive care about 7 days and ended up with a 19-day stay in the hospital. I actually ended up back in the hospital in 10 days after I came back home. They said I had congestive heart failure.
Heart failure is the heart's inability to keep up with the body's metabolic demands. Mrs. Goodwin had been in and out of the hospital multiple times, all related to volume overload. And what happens is patients start to feel really short of breath, they have swelling, they can't sleep well lying flat. It becomes a really large hindrance to their quality of life. The challenge with heart failure patients is things can change. They walk a very fine line of too much fluid or not enough fluid. And there's just a certain balance that we want to maintain for our patients. Not seeing them for 3 to 6 months at a time is probably not sufficient for a good majority of heart failure patients.
Patients are referred for home health services by their physician, along with an order for telemonitoring. We have a staff member that goes out and instructs the patient on how to use this equipment.
I take the oxygen, the oximeter, and I take the blood pressure, and I weigh. And that way, if we see any gain in weight, then they know that my body is gaining fluid.
How it works is when the patient monitors, they have vital signs sent across telephonically through the cellular towers to an electronic system within the office. It will automatically prompt them when it's time to take vital signs each day.
They have put me on a regimen of where they would add a medication. I've had that done 3 times. And each time I would lose up to about 15 pounds in 3 days. That's how much fluid would accumulate in my body. So therefore, that kept me out of the hospital.
And it's also not only helped her stay out of the hospital, but it's kept her swelling down. It's improved her energy levels. She can be much more active than what she was previously.
So this is a great program to have because it allows us to be proactive in being able to capture those patients and those vital signs early on and make an intervention versus them having to go in to see the physician.
I can't quite express how much more convenient it is, and it's just wonderful to be able to do it at home and not have to use your energy that you can use doing something for fun.